We're moving now.
What? You're a raccoon? Okay, it's time to throw the Iceman into the trash where you belong.
Explaining Men to Women, Part 11. I gotta drop another truth bomb on ya. Ladies, it is time to reclaim all the time you're wasting trying to read anything off his face.
Aqua, it's okay. It's just a clip. It's just a skit. Surely that's not real. Surely, because if it were, that'd be really cringe. You married a child. Ah, God, leave him alone.
Women.
My team when they're losing, so it's okay.
God, I just got so annoyed watching this. I know she's trying to be funny, I know that. But I think most guys watching this know she's not joking. I get so annoyed when women date men knowing they like sports or knowing they like video games, then they keep dating but expect him to suddenly stop liking sports and video games.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Let him have his time. If he is like couch rotting, then yeah. I mean, at that point, that's a mental issue, and you need to work on that. But like, if he's just enjoying his day off, like his random, like, you know, finally a day where he can just relax, leave him alone. Like how he leaves you alone. If somebody I'm dating keeps like going like, hey Aqua, hey, pay attention. When I'm just trying to focus, oh, I'm gonna be really mad. I'm gonna be so mad. So if you date somebody and you know their hobby doesn't align with yours, or you just cannot understand or like willing to give them time to enjoy their own life, then don't date them. Don't marry them. Find somebody who's on your wavelength. And if you change after marriage, well, that's terrible because then you become annoying for no reason. Anyways, that pissed me off.
As if the moment he agreed to get serious with you, he also agreed to never have hobbies again. And I'm not saying men are never clingy like this, but I do not see passive-aggressive videos of men filming themselves being angry that their wife is ignoring them while she watches RuPaul's Drag Race.
Never!
Though honestly, a video like that would be funny at this point. Like, oh my god, look at his face.
He
That's
looks
a cry
so
for help
tired,
right there.
man.
And I heard him say something like, oh, my team is losing anyway, so it's fine. That's called a coping mechanism.
No!
I used to say shit like that to my bullies in high school who would mess with me as a way of making them think they're not
that
winning.
Poor man.
And she called it ignore your wife weekend. A football game is like 3 hours.
Ignore your wife weekend. How emotionally attached are you? My weekend? Sometimes I don't even see anyone. I'm happy just being by myself. Maybe, you know what, chat? Maybe I am not a woman. I am the alien. Yes! You see a goober on your weekend? And who is that, huh? My wife is occupied with something? Fine, I'll get a beer. Like, if you guys want to spend quality time together, you guys can plan for it. I know it sounds kind of stupid, but communication is key. So if you want to do something, I'm willing to put aside time for us to hang out. That applies to my friends, that applies to my parents, that applies to my future husband/wife.
Oh, wait, you serious?
Something. If they never want to plan anything, then they don't love you enough. So plan something and commit to that, but when you don't have anything planned, just let them enjoy their own time. Let them enjoy.
Hours. If a man can't spend 3 hours a week ignoring his wife, what does he even have in this world? And stuff like this really messes with guys. See, when you first started dating, you tricked him into thinking that you would be okay with him watching sports or okay with him playing video games. And that brought him a lot of relief to know that you would be okay with that part of him.
Betrayal.
But this is one of those things that people think will just magically change after marriage. People really trick themselves into thinking that marriage just changes things.
No.
If he didn't clean before the marriage, he's not going to clean after.
No.
And if he liked sports and video games before the marriage, he's not going to stop liking them after.
No.
The man you date is also going to be the man you're married to. And quite frankly, now he's going to be worried about you. Because you used to be okay with him having his own space and doing his own thing. And now you aren't. Now he's freaked out thinking, what is she even doing when I'm not with her? Just waiting for me to be with her?
Women, if this is you, or men, if this is you, get yourself something you're passionate about. If that's watching shows, if that's going out shopping, if that's making food, playing games, whatever. Find something that you can just sink time into without anybody around you. Some women and some guys are just so dependent on others, and I think, well, that's nice and all, but it's not good for you in the long run. And I feel like you need to get something that you're passionate about. Passionate about playing stuff with someone else. Niall, but that's still relying on other people, right? You have to find something that you can enjoy all on your own. Because we all need alone time. You're never gonna be with somebody all the time. So, you're passionate about pooping? Well, Watson, I'm happy for you? Question mark?
Can I even be my own man anymore? And what the hell is going on with this couch situation? My man is facing sideways to watch the TV.
His neck!
Why are you watching your TV sideways?
His neck!
Ladies, please, face your couch toward your TV, let your man have his hobbies, and have your own hobbies, or you will kill each other.
Exactly.
Women-splaining men to women, part 11. I gotta drop another truth bomb on ya. Ladies, it is time to reclaim all the time you're wasting trying to read anything off his face. If you're trying to figure something out, and you go to his face for information, you will receive inconclusive data. They say men are dogs, but in this way men are more like cats. They do not show their pain.
No.
Your man could be under the most stress and anxiety of his life,
And they'll be saying,
his
"I'm
face will
fine."
look like this. Your man could be so euphoric and overjoyed, and his face will look like this. Those long silences could be anything.
It could be
He might be
nothing,
trying
too.
to remember a word, or he might be reconsidering his entire life with you. But you're not going to be able to tell from his face. I cannot tell you how many times I've been like, "Are you mad at me?" And he's like, "No, I'm trying to remember if it was Ramses or Khufu who was the pharaoh who had over 200 kids.
Huh?
And I'm just like, well, misread that one. And that's no good. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get yourself into so much trouble reading way too deep into things. I always say, if you're going to go digging, you're going to find dirt.
I read into things when it's like text message. If there's no emotes in your text and you're talking, sometimes I assume that you're, complaining or you're mad and stuff like that. So guys and girls, when you text and you're not mad or anything, and you're trying to talk about things that are not fun, use emotes!
No.
Show them that you're not mad! Because when you don't use emotes and you're complaining, or you sound like you're complaining, you sound mad. So use emotes, I can't read your face when you're texting. If you're not mad in real life, then I know you're not mad. But if you're texting and you're not using emotes when you're talking about serious topics, you sound mad.
Like, sometimes girls will try to say certain things to gauge his reaction, to try to, catch him. They'll be like, "I bet you wish I had a nicer body like your coworker Cindy." Just to see what you'll say. Dude, he knows it's a trap. Men invented bait. He knows what you're doing. These little traps never work how people want them to.
Oh yeah. Chat, I bet you you'll be so sad if I were to date Queso.
Do it. Do it.
XDX, if you'll be so sad. You will be happy for me? Good for you. I'd be happy for you.
Okay.
And they are killing good relationships by creating these patterns of toxic self-fulfilling prophecies, by jumping to conclusions. If you really want to know what's up with him, ask. Because
Just
you're either
ask.
going to get what you really want,
Communicate.
or he'll finally realize he's holding in a fart and fix his face. This commenter asks, but why do we, the men, always have to be the ones to initiate everything?
You don't.
That is a fucking great question for
have
the
to.
ladies. This is almost like one of those chicken and the egg questions. Like, did men become the pursuers because they liked it, or because we like it? But spoiler alert, Womansplaining episode 19, men like being pursued too.
It's called, wow, feeling loved and appreciated and wanting to feel like you're wanted. Whoa! That's such a crazy concept. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or anything in between. Everyone wants to be pursued. There's not a single person out there who's like, I don't want your affection. I'm not gonna be the one who's gonna keep giving and giving and giving. Nobody's built like that. And if you're built like that, you weird. So, men and women, it's time to communicate what you guys want with each other.
They like being told they're cute They like being asked out.
Chat, you're
They
cute.
really like it when you take their hand and pull them away somewhere private.
Wanna hold my
Having
hand,
been both
chat?
the chaser and the chased at some point in my life, I can say there are pros and cons to both. There's definitely a certain thrill to the chase, as they say, but it comes with a lot of baggage. After all, as the pursuer, you are the only one who carries the risk of rejection. And it can be a lot to be the only one dealing with it over and over and over again.
I get rejected too.
And if you tend to want to be pursued, you do get to be in a cozy spot when it happens because you end up being the final gatekeeper. However, that also leaves you up to getting mad slept on because you're never showing your cards or telling people what you want. That's why I think for the cat and mouse thing to really work, both sides need to initiate to some degree. And honestly, ladies, after everything we've been through with the whole Me Too movement and everything, we actually have to start stepping up and initiating more.
Yes.
Because good men need a really clear, hard, loud green light before they are going to try anything.
Yeah, some guys will be like, oh, I remember back in high school, the girl said she liked me, but I thought she meant as a joke. I thought it was a dare, so I never picked up on the signal, and now I'm regretting it 10 years later. And I'm like, she literally said she liked you! She sat on your lap and everything! Ah! Even when you're clear with your signal, sometimes some guys just really don't pick it up. Yeah, she was nice to me. Probably nice to everyone. Probably sits on everybody's lap. Yup.
And shit, ladies, if you love getting what you want, being in control, and letting your consent be known, real easy way to do that is, you initiate it. Womansplaining Men to Women, Part 13. Okay, so low-key, your man doesn't exactly want you to know this, but he also kind of does. He loves the tea. If you found out one of the single soccer moms on your kid's team slept with a ref, low-key, he would love to hear about it.
Do you?
Like, he might act stoic, he might act like he's above it, but I guarantee you 1 mile into the drive home, and he's gonna be like, so which ref was it? And don't underestimate his ability to keep track of all the characters. I guarantee you at any time he could list off an entire roster of like 3 different sports teams, or the entire cast of like 4 Final Fantasy games. He has the bandwidth. I don't care how manly he is. I don't care if he's 200 pounds of solid muscle with a beard past his man steaks. Even if he's a lumberjack. An absolute lumber snack. Girl, he wants the tea just like the rest of us.
Ooh.
Womansplaining Men to Women, episode 15. Men are the first ones to say, I got it taken care of, before they have even mildly begun to figure it out. But rest assured, they will figure it out. Now, we all occasionally fly by the seat of our own pants. Men are pilots, absolute aerospace engineers of by the seat of their pants flying. You know how often a man will pull into his driveway just in time for his wife to text, hey, did you pick up that rock salt? And he'll go, yep, as he's pulling back out to go get that rock salt.
I'm not a man, chat. I'm not a man, but it's true. I'll be like, oh, wait. Oh, yep, I got it. Mom, I got it. Yep, I'm taking out the trash. I took it out, and I'll go back, sneak into the house, and take it out without her knowing. Oh, that's so true.
Is he lying? Yeah, but that's all because your peace of mind is the most important part of the plan. The plan that he does not have, but also totally has. And that tends to frustrate us as women because we tend to be way more type A than men, and we like to have things a little bit more planned out. But people confuse men's not having a plan with not being prepared, and those are 2 different things. Ironically, the way men do prepare is by preparing for nothing to go according to plan. You know, the one thing us women don't plan for. So you'll notice...
Man, some women are really... I feel like... I don't know the statistic, but like, I feel like a lot of women I know are just go with the flow. I'm go with the flow. I don't have plans for next year or the next year, but I have plans for tomorrow. I got plans for this week, maybe this month, who knows? But if I refuse to believe most women are like, we gotta plan things ahead of time. That's that really depends, I feel like. Agony, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you for the resub. Welcome in, Agony. Thank you so much. Enjoy the emotes again. Thank you for the 5 months. Hi. Just go with the flow, chat.
That when we are getting frustrated because nothing's going according to plan, he's taking it like a champion because he never planned for anything to go right in the first place. Therefore, it's all going according to plan. It's actually kind of annoying how men have not figuring things out all figured out. Womansplaining Men to Women, episode 16. So if it feels like your man is ignoring you or is mad at you because he's just kind of staring off, he might just be lost in his nothing box. See, men do this thing where they accidentally transcend the space-time continuum, and we call it their nothing box. And they really don't know when it's going to happen. They'll just be in the middle of something, and then all of a sudden they just fall through a wormhole.
Write that down, write that down!
He could do on purpose because it's actually quite peaceful, but he knows that it's going to happen right before you're about to tell him something really important instead. So instead of getting mad at him for unintentionally achieving a state of dharma, here's what to do the next time you see him just reformatting. It's actually a lot like sleepwalking. You don't really want to interrupt it or anything. So instead what you can do is just kind of like leave a message on his chest or just kind of like put it in his hand or something. He'll figure it out. Next level of your relationship unlocked. You're welcome. Women's Planning Men Part 17. Raise your hand if you are a woman and you believe that men expect praise for doing work. Yeah, it's a pretty common...
I'm sorry, but am I supposed to expect praises for me doing work? Growing up, it's just you just gotta do what you gotta do. Wait, am I just was I not raised properly? Like, hello? I don't expect praises for doing things I'm supposed to do. If I go out of my way to do something, maybe I might appreciate if you said thank you. Canada versus America thing. Can I get a praise if I ask? I mean, did you do something that rewarded the praise? Hey, good job for breathing. There you go, I praised you.
Aww.
Can you praise me? Good job for eating all the cheese and not saving anything else for anybody else, bloody.
Good job!
Only honest praise. If you do me a favor, I'm gonna praise you a lot, duh. But if you just exist, I might appreciate you for existing once in a while, but I don't know. I don't know what she's talking about because I did not grow up expecting praise for everything I do. In fact, if I got a praise, I'll be like, oh damn. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, that's cool.
Misconception, but let's be clear. Men do not expect praise for anything. In fact, they're almost always super thrown off when they receive it. That's why when you compliment a man, instead of looking happy like you might expect, he might look confused or even mad like he thinks you're messing with him. So I think this misconception that men are expecting the praise actually comes from the fact that women are always the ones telling other women to praise their men when they do chores to motivate them to do more chores. And that's really annoying to hear, right? Because it's not like we're getting parades thrown in the street every time we do stuff. But what I've realized is that women who are telling you these things, who are experienced with living with and working with men, are not doing it as some like
Sorry, these videos are confusing me. You give praises to everybody. You have a roommate who took out the trash. Hey, thanks, man. You have parents who cook your food. Oh, that's delicious. You have a friend who helped you out with moving. Oh, damn, thank you so much. Here's $100. I'm confused. If you go out of your way to do something for me or for us, yeah, expect a thank you. I might not be like, oh my god, you're so amazing and awesome for doing the dishes, but I'll be like, hey, thanks. Do I expect a thanks? Not really, but it'd be cool if I got one. I'm so confused, Chad.
1950s Pavlovian dog training. It's just because they've known men long enough to see how strongly they react to appreciation. Basic acknowledgement just hits men different. Like, look at this, for example. If someone were to thank you as a woman for vacuuming the living room, you'd either take it as being passive-aggressive, like it's expected of you,
I just
or
say
it
you're
would just feel
welcome.
like nothing because we receive way better compliments all the time.
I just say you're welcome.
Like, girl, the other day I went to buy wine and the lady who ID'd me called me movie star famous. What did I do to deserve that? Men are not having these experiences. Men are not getting stopped in the street, told how cute their hair is or how cute their top looks on them. Here's the big thing. It's not that men expect praise for doing work. It's that they're sick of being told what they did wrong when they do work.
But that's everybody.
Look, I'll tell on myself real quick.
But that's everybody. Positive reinforcement is good. Listen, I grew up. Yes, I grew up, but I also worked with kids at some point in my life, and it's all. That's how they. You're supposed to reward them for good things and not scold them for. Well, yeah, scold them once in a while, but don't make it your only thing. Praise them when they do good more than scold them when they do bad. That's just normal behavior. That's just how you're supposed to. If you do that for a child, you do that for adults too. Yeah, if they do something bad, you can be like, hey, what the frick, man? But like, positive reinforcement goes a long way, you know? And that's everybody. You should be doing that for everyone.
To never cook. My husband did all the cooking. And if I so much as heated up SpaghettiOs on the stovetop, my husband would thank me for cooking. That is so silly, and yet it made me feel good, and it made me want to learn how to cook better. And I did, and I'm a great cook now.
Aww.
So I want you to stop looking at giving your man accolades as babying him or putting yourself down. And I want you to start thinking about it as, how can we both validate and reassure each other in healthy ways?
Maybe this is why I always feel like, man, adults feel like high schoolers again. Like, growing up, I always thought if you become an adult, you just know what's up. You just know exactly what's going on. But then I had a feeling like, wait, adults are also childish sometimes. And this video proves the point. It proves my point. It feels like not nobody, most people when they grow up, they don't actually grow up mentally. And they're still struggling with communication. Things like praising. What? Oh my god, I dish out more praise than I receive. This is so not fair. Who thinks like that? If you praise me for vacuuming the floor, cool. I praise you. I say thank you for doing your chores too. Give and take, you know? These videos are interesting. And it makes me feel like maybe I was raised wrong because I never feel like, man, I hate praising people because nobody praised me for doing things No, I don't care. I don't care. If you do something for me and I appreciate it, I'll make sure I tell you I appreciate it. If I don't appreciate it, I'll tell you to stop doing that.